I'm Nico from Kyoto-lofi, and this is Now You Get It. So the first recording that we released was just like my own bedroom recordings. We obviously wanted to get them recorded and produced professionally, but we were going through a lot of obstacles in the progression of building a long-lasting lineup. So it got to a point like we would kind of take off a little bit, and people would would be hyping us up, and then like we lose the guitarist, and then it's like down to obscurity because we can't play anymore, we can't do anything, and then we find the lineup, and then start playing again, start picking up steam, and then something else happens, somebody else has to leave or something, whatever, and then we fade back. So I got to a point where I was like, we need to put something out because there's nothing that people can keep a hold of about us. So no, there were like very few pictures, a couple of videos maybe, but there was no music, nothing on Spotify. The process of how you release the music, how often, how you package it, all that plays a very big part into how successful not only the song is, but how successful your trajectory as a musician is in today's like online streaming platform climate. It was a very heated topic of conversation in the band. At least with Spotify, you can only push for one song out of a collection of songs, an album or EP or whatever. You can only push for one song to be submitted to like the editorial playlisting and all that. So that just right there is like, okay, if I can't get the same push for all the songs, it doesn't really make sense to push 5 songs when I can really only have the same reach on one of them than releasing. And you're kind of putting all your eggs in one basket, right? You're releasing 5 songs, but you can only really push one, and then what do you have for the rest of the year? Instead of getting 30,000 plays on all these 5 songs, then you have, if you split in between singles, you have the same amount of plays on one song. Because people don't listen to one song 30,000 times and they move to the other one 30,000 times. Like they listen to one, is like, oh, usually the single, right? They listen to that the majority of the time, and then they go to the next one, it's like, okay, so instead of 30, that one gets like 10, and then the next one is like, okay, maybe that one gets like 5. So instead of getting 30, 30, 30, 30, you get like 30 and then 10 and then 5. And then you're out of songs for the rest of the year if you do the album. So with the single, again, it's all logistical, and this is like a long research and long debates. It's like, well, no, we have to do this, and it's like, no, but we gotta stay true to who we are and what we like and what we listen to when we're young and all this stuff. But ultimately, I mean, if you play the streaming game, it's a numbers game. Something I would tell my younger self in regards to music. I feel like I would still emphasize the idea of tame your ego. I don't think I have an ego, but I think not many people in the music industry or artists in general, I don't think they think they have an ego, and I'm one of those, but maybe we do. I do feel like that took a toll on the band relationship a little bit. Now the band itself is not together anymore, so right now it's just me carrying the band. In my opinion, I was pretty hard to work with. I think that was kind of like a big issue also in the band in general, because I used to I don't know if I call it micromanage, but I used to always be very, very hands-on in the whole aspect. So even though I didn't know the technicality of using a cardioid microphone as opposed to whatever else, like a condenser or whatever kind of mics and all that, which still I'm not that well versed, but I don't know, I wouldn't be like, oh, I want to try this condenser mic or everything, but I would be like, I don't like how that sounds. Like, there's more that can be done, there's more that can be changed. But it got to points like, I mean, you're spending so much money, you're spending so much time, everybody's like calling off work to be in the studio, the producer hates you now. So it's like, okay, fine, we gotta cut our losses anyway. At least that's how I looked at it. But obviously, again, to the layman, I mean, it sounds like a finished product from start to finish. It's done. It sounds like a packaged deal. It's just music. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Even if you're pursuing it as a, like the last greatest thing in your life. I mean, it's just music, dude. Just play. Just as long as you like it, as long as you enjoy it, just do what. I mean, it's pretty cliche, but do what as long as it makes you happy, just keep doing it. And if it stops making you happy, just fucking dip. You know, not a big deal. The plan was to release a single every about month and a half. But talking to some people, they were opposed to the idea. Like in the managerial level, they were mentioning that that's kind of on the overkill. I have my my doubts about their doubts. I think it can be argued that it's pretty beneficial. So as far as what I'm going to do, it's probably just gonna be single. Probably forever. And the numbers aspect, the numbers game, it just makes sense to release singles. Yeah. So there's no like concept behind it, like artistic concept or anything like that. So it's purely, logistical, I guess. Nico from Kyoto-lofi, and this has been Now You Get It.